Hello students, today we're doing lesson 62, multiplying fractions. So when you were a kid and you learned how to first multiply fractions, you might have seen it done with a grid. So maybe 2 times 3 was shown like this. 2 here, right? There's 2 times 3 on the top. And if you made it into a grid, then you had 6. So 2 times 3 equals 6. Fractions are kind of the same way. If I took a whole, let's say like a candy bar, okay, and I was going to say 2/3 on the top, that means I would split the top into thirds. So see, I have 1, 2, 3. So I have thirds right there. And then if it's 2/3, then I'm going to shade 2 of those. Okay, and then if I was multiplying by a half, then on this side, I would split these into 2 because that's the bottom. So I would cut it in half like this, and then that's 1, 2, right? So now if I want to shade half of that, the part that I just cut in half, then it's going to look like this. So the only parts that are double shaded are this box right here and this box right here. So if I then count how many are shaded, I have 2 shaded, but remember this is a whole candy bar, so I have 2/6 shaded because I have 6 parts, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if I simplify this by dividing by 2, we've already worked on simplification, so y'all should know how to do this. 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 6 divided by 2 is 3. So if I had 1/2 times 2/3, that would equal 1/3. Now, I'm going to show you how to get this answer without drawing pictures because we obviously don't want to be drawing pictures all the time. Okay, so example 1. We're going to do 2/5 times 1/3. Okay, so when we're doing multiplication of fractions, the simplest way, and for this lesson, all you're going to do is take the top and multiply the top. So that's numerator times numerator. And then the bottom times the bottom, which is denominator times denominator. So 2 times 1 is 2, and 5 times 3 is 15. Then you say, can I simplify this? This one cannot be simplified. Gave you a really easy one, so it's just 2/15. Now, what if I had a whole number like 3 that I was multiplying? Well, if I'm doing fractions, then I need to change the 3 into a fraction. And a whole number changed into a fraction is always that whole number over 1. So it's like I have 3 ones or 3 whole numbers. So that's how you change a whole number into a fraction. And we did that a while back also. So let's look at example 2. If I have 4 times, let's say, I'm just making up some of these, let's say 4/5, okay? Then I'm first going to change that 4 into a fraction. So it's going to be 4 over 1, and then I'm going to have times 4/5. So all I did was change this into a fraction. And now I do the same thing I did before. I'm going to go 4 times 4 is 16, and 1 times 5 is 5. Now I can simplify this because we don't want a top number bigger than the bottom number. So I'm going to change this improper fraction. So remember, it's improper if the top is bigger than the bottom. And I'm going to change that into a mixed number. So I'm going to go 5 goes into 16 3 times. I have 1 left over and 5 goes on the bottom. We've already done simplifying, changing improper fractions to mixed numbers. So if you don't remember how to do that, we've done a whole bunch of it. You need to go back and look at your notes. And now example 3, we're going to do this one on your own. So on your own, I want you to do 1/3 times 3/5. Okay, so hit pause, solve that problem on your own. Remember to simplify, and then hit play and watch me answer it and see if you got the same answer. Okay, you should be back now. So you should have done 1 times 3 is 3, and 3 times 5 is 15. And now that can be simplified. Both of these can be divided by 3. So you need to do that, and you get 1 over 5. And now that cannot be simplified. If you ever have a 1 on top, it's not going to be able to be simplified. So that's the basics of multiplying fractions. We're going to learn some more and other things to do in harder fractions in other lessons. But that's it for the introduction to multiplying fractions. So go try your homework and see if you do okay on it.